Trotting behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting. That's Ramblin' Wiley going right up to grab the lead. Call Me Off and gets away. Second on the outside, Scotch Egg. Now third. Into the turn they go. Southside Victory racing fourth. Getting away fifth is Jimmy Dick. To the backside, Pistol Pack and Trotter racing sixth. Treading the field, following the early break. Zip and Zoe. Down the backside they go. On top of the field with the lead. That's Rachy Bug going to the front. Racing second and Ramblin' Wiley goes off stride. Opening quarter in 29-3. Into the turn they go. Rachy Bug leads the way. Racing second is Call Me Often. Up on the outside, Jimmy Dick. Now third, now second, and coming on to grab the lead for Don Feaster. Racing fourth, Southside Victory. Into the turn fifth, Pistol Pack and Trotter. Racing sixth, that's Ramblin' Wiley back trotting. Coming to the halfway point. Racing seventh as he passes down for the first time. Zip and so, and way back is Scotch Egg. He at the half in 101. Into the turn they go. Jimmy Dick leads the way by a length and 3/4. Rachy Bug racing second. Call Me Often, trotting third. Coming to the outside, David Miller. Southside Victory now fourth. Pistol Pack and Trotter to follow the cover fifth. Ramblin' Wiley sixth. We got 3 in and 3 moving up on the outside. Going to the 3/4 mark. 3/4 in 1:31-3. Into the final turn. Jimmy Dick with the lead by 2.5. Rachy Bug second. Up on the outside. Southside Victory is third. Call Me Often fourth. Pistol Pack and Trotter on the outside, fifth with an 8th of a mile to trot. Into the stretch, Jimmy Dick with the lead. Southside Victory is off stride. Coming to the wire, it's all Jimmy Dick, drawn away by 5. Rachy Bug second. Call Me Often is third.
And it was very tight for fourth for the Superfecta players. Ramblin' Wiley and Terry Holton, couple breaks in that mile, may have gotten up for the 4th spot. But how about Jimmy Dick and how about Don Feaster? A double for Feaster on Jugette Day, and we've only had 7 races. You're right here in the spotlight of Delaware, Ohio.
Home run trot.
He's enjoying every moment of it.
Hope the pitcher doesn't brush him back next time he's up there.
In front of the stands, your winner of the first race, condition trot. Number 1, Jimmy Dick. Dan Trebahani of Richwood, Ohio is the owner trainer. Don Feaster gets his 2nd win of the afternoon in Delaware, Ohio. 3-year-old got him a big victory out of liver. Takes a lifetime mark. 2 minutes, 4/5. Final half, 59-4. Final quarter, 29-1.
So it's Jimmy Dick who is co-favorite along with Ramblin' Wiley. Those two taking all the play in the first race, and the results have been posted official.
Jimmy Dick, Sam McKee selection, 480, 320, and 280.
Pacers are on behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're up and pacing okay. Galleon in goes right up for the lead. Mystical Cam on the inside. Second getting away. Third Cam, my man. As they race around the turn to the backside. Maxim Revenge racing fourth. Up front leader is fifth. Racing sixth. Oh man. Treading the field. Fearless Sabra. Down the backside they go. Okay, Galleon in with the lead. Mystical Cam right there second. Opening quarter in 27 seconds. Into the turn they go. Kim, my man, racing third. Pacing fourth. Maximum Revenge, racing fifth. Up front leader. Racing six, his own man. And treading the field, Fearless Sabra. As they race around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. On the move on the outside, Jim Daly, and up front leader. Now fourth, now third, closing on the outside. It's OK Galleon in with the lead. Mystical Cam is second. Up front leader on the outside, third. Halfway home in 57-1. Into the turn they go. Cam, my man, racing fourth. Maximum Revenge fifth. Oh man sixth. Treading the field, Fearless Sabra. Racing to the backside in the 5/8 mark. Dave Hawk and OK Galleon in command by 2 1/4. Mystical Cam is second. The long mile on the outside. Up front leader is third. 3/4, 1:25 3. 28-2. Backside. A little more than 1/8 of a mile to go. On top of the field. OK Galleon in the leader. Mystical Cam trying to keep up. Up front leader on the outside third. Cam, my man, fourth. To the outside, Maximum Revenge fifth. Down the stretch they come. On top, OK Galleon in the leader. Up front leader on the outside with Mystical Cam, but it's OK Galleon in. Mystical Cam second on the outside. Up front leader third. 1:55 4/5.
You know something? I got to learn to stick with my hunches,
Sam.
huh?
Yeah.
Nice call.
This New Zealand horse had not raced since mid-July, obviously.
In David Stratton of Ottawa, Ohio, the owner. Lloyd Hawk trains. Dave Hawk's second win of the afternoon, his 7th of the week. Career-wise, win number 61 for Dave Hawk here in Delaware, Ohio. He is 8th on the all-time list of winning drivers here at Delaware. The 6-year-old gelding by Cap Rock, and it looks okay. 1:55 4. Final half 58 3. Final quarter 30 1/5. Hung every step of the mile. Last time out, a winner today, regardless of the competition.
One thing we've talked about all week long.
Results are official. Number 1 was scratched. Number 2, Cam, my man, 5. Number 3. And the Great Coon starting gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Dropping, trotting that Bologna Lips, going right up for the lead on the outside. Rose Run Expert, middle of the track. Inside, that's all they wrote. 3 of them across the track going to the first 8. Son of a Preacher Man gets away 4. Don's Fly by 5th. Racing 6, PT Star. Treading the field, Golden Riddle. Down the backside they go. Bob Harper and Bologna Lips. Up on the outside takes the lead from Rose Run Expert. Opening quarter in 28 3/5. Into the turn, racing third. That's all they wrote. Racing 4, Son of a Preacher Man. 5th is Don's Fly by. Racing 6, PT Star from way back. Golden Riddle and Brett Miller begin the long chase. At the 3/8 mark, the end of the stretch first time, Bologna Lips leads the way and opens up by 2. Rose Run Expert second. Out and moving on the outside. That's all he wrote. Now third and coming on. Son of a Preacher Man 4th. Halfway home 59 2. Into the turn they go. Golden Riddle now 5th on the outside. Continue to close the gap. Don's Fly by. Racing 6. Treading the field. PT Star to the backside in the 5/8 mark. The leader remains Bologna Lips by 1 length. Up on the outside. That's all he wrote. Second. Rose Run Expert racing third. Chip Noble dropping back. Going to have 2 options here. At the 3/4, 1:28 3. 29 1 backside. Around the final turn, Bologna Lips the leader. Noble decides to stay in with Rose Run Expert on the outside. A long mile for That's All He Wrote. 1/8 of a mile to go. Noble's got some room, and here he comes with Rose Run Expert. Down the stretch they come. Bologna Lips. Rose Run Expert on the outside. Put to the test. Rose Run Expert. Bologna Lips second. On third. That's All He Wrote. 1:58.
Wow, Chip Noble able to shake free from the box there. Things really didn't look too good going to the 3/4 for Rose Run Expert, but that's all he wrote.
Expert, T.D. Kingsley and R.A. Layden, K.J. Smith, North Carolina and Ohio, Jeff Smith trained. Chip Noble, second of the week. Number 67 in Chip's racing career here at Delaware, seventh on the all-time list. Rose Run Expert, 3-year-old Delaware laser to special measure. Fourth win in 15. Home winner today in 158. Final half 58-3. Final quarter 29-2. And I'd like to announce that the Little Brown Jug Society met yesterday morning at their annual meeting. And one of the gentlemen appointed as the director of the Little Brown Jug Society, all the way from Xenia, Ohio, the one and only Chip Noble, along with Billy Walters and Charlie Mitchell, named to directors' positions in the Little Brown Jug Society yesterday morning.
Congratulations to Chip Noble. That's quite an appointment to be a member of the Little Brown Jug Society, and Delaware native Billy Walters as well. And this is Chip's chance to get involved in some of the politics of the Little Brown Jug as well, and he certainly earned the honor and earned the respect of everyone in Ohio.
Absolutely, a real gentleman, and he's had a great career as a driver and trainer.
Joined by the winning driver, Chip Noble. First of all, Chip, congratulations. And I noticed on the program a couple of breaks, but this youngster is really regrouped.
Yeah, you know, he's had a lot of talent. They went through a little bit of sorenesses with him throughout the year, and of course, when those came along, you had to protect him a little bit. The horse is in good shape right now.
Now, he looks like he can leave the gate pretty good. You had to make a decision to either sit in the pocket or let the next horse go that was on the outside of you. Why did you make that decision?
I like the Bologna Lips. He's a nice horse, and I didn't feel that the one horse could last long enough on the outside. I just thought better to wait a while, and you know, everything worked out for us.
Pacers are on behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're often pacing Western Genius, fast out of the gate to the front before they hit the turn. Racing second is Playboy Sombra. Into the turn, Sam Storm gets away third. Look out, Lil Willie is fourth. Racing to the backside, Truly Cam Star fifth. Sixth is Windbreaker. Seventh, Silver War. And treading the field, Our General. Down the backside, they're in straight alignment going to the quarter with Western Genius and David Miller showing the way. Opening quarter in 28-2. Into the turn, Playboy Sabra right there second. Sam Storm third. Racing fourth. Look out, Lil Willie. Pierce comes to the outside fourth, followed by Jim Daly and Truly Cam Star fifth. Moving up on the outside, Kane Kaufman and Civil War now sixth. Windbreaker is seventh, and Our General trails. We got four in, we got four out, coming to the halfway point, reaching the half in 57-4. 29-2 second quarter. Western Genius with the lead. The outside, look out, Lil Willie is second. Playboy Sombra racing third. Fourth on the outside, Truly Cam Star. Trapped in fifth. Off stride goes Truly Cam Star. Down the backside, Sam Storm racing fourth. Up on the outside, Civil War fifth. Racing sixth, Windbreaker. The outside, Our General. 3/4, 126-4. Backside in 29. A little more than an 8 to go. Western Genius has been there every step. Civil War comes 3 wide. Now fourth, now third, now second. Out comes Sam Storm as Chip Noble's going to go 4 wide. 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Western Genius bringing him into the stretch. Civil War closing on the outside. Sam Storm on the outside. Goes right by them all. 156-1.
Wow, what a rally by Chip Noble, and Sam Storm locked in for his life, made an immediate right turn on the turn, had to cost him, what, 10, 12?
The owner, Chip Noble, trains and drives his third winning drive of the week, 68 career-wise in Delaware, Ohio. 4-year-old Stambadoba Lane Salmon Valley Albert. 156-1, final half 58-2, final quarter 29-2. 5 wide to the winner's circle. Chip Noble and Sam Storm.
Let's go through our prices. Number 2, Sam Storm, some anxious moments.
Ohio Breeders' Championship 3-year-old Colden Gelding trotters are rolling behind the Grey Coon. Starting gate on the upper turn. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and trotting. That Sand Dude going right out for the lead. Sterling Spur on the inside. Outside Stillbrook gets away second. Rose Run Elvis takes a seat for Dave Hawk fourth. Into the turn they go. Racing fifth in the chase as they race around the turn. Going to the backside. Racing six is Big Charmer. Treading the field over the wire. Down the backside. Ron Steck and Stillbrook to the front by 2. Sand Dude racing second. Sterling Spur third. Opening quarter 29-3. Into the turn. Here comes Dave Hawk and Rose Run Elvis. Now fourth. Now third. Trotting a Storm on the outside. Racing fifth in the chase. Around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. Big Charmer is sixth, and over the wire trails, passing at the end of the first time, coming to the halfway point. It's Stillbrook on top. Rose Run Elvis on the outside second. Racing third is Sand Dude. Halfway home in 59-1. Identical panels 29-3. Into the turn they go. Ron Steck and Stillbrook hanging tough. Racing to the pylons now. Rose Run Elvis. Racing third is Sand Dude. Up on the outside comes in the chase. Neil fifth, Neil fourth, Neil third on the outside. Coming to the outside, Sterling Spur. Down the backside they go. It's Stillbrook opening up by 2 1/4. 3 quarters, 128-4. Another panel, 29-3. Into the final turn they go. Stillbrook the leader. Rose Run Elvis is there second. Racing third in the chase. Up on the outside, Sterling Spur. They've got an 1/8 of a mile to trot, and Stillbrook brings him into the stretch. Rose Run Elvis comes to the outside, but today is the day for Stillbrook and Ron Steck by 2 1/2. Rose Run Elvis second. In the chase is third. 59-1.
So a mild upset here in the 5th. Stillbrook, this one is really coming on of late now. 3 in a row for Charlie Beaver and driver Ron Steck.
Ron Steck in the sulky. Rio Gallagher striking Sabra, the Brooklyn Star. Home winner in 1:59-1. Final half a minute. Final quarter 30-2. And for Stillbrook, 3 in a row in Ohio.
Well, Dave, your bridge jump there on Rose Run Elvis still paid off, even in Northfield, and today he gets the job done.
Yeah, this one, as we mentioned, he's really...
Pacers are running behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're often pacing. That's GPSL Sid going for the lead. Fleet Shark on the inside. 4 wide. Can you believe him? Into the first turn. Between horses is Bingo Barrett. Up the inside. Bob Harper moves with Noble Thor from the second tier as they race down the backside. Go on to the first quarter mark, and on the pylons. This Old Art of Mine, racing 6, pacing 7th. Over to the quarter, Blue Lake Road, racing 8, Rock Concert, trailing the field, Western Pursuit. Opening quarter in 27-2. Into the turn they go. Off stride is Can You Believe Him? On to the 3/8 mark. The leader is Bingo Baron. Brett Miller shows the way. Fleet Shark and Luke Willett right there second. Noble Thor pacing third. GP's Sid fourth. Coming to the outside. This Old Art of Mine. Now fifth, now fourth. Moving up. Halfway home in 57. 29-3. Second quarter. Moving on the outside. Following the cover is Western Pursuit as they race over to the 5/8 mark. Moving to the outside, Rock Concert. Locked in is Blue Leg Road and treading the field. Can you believe them? Down the backside they go. Bingo Baron with the lead. Up on the outside, this old art of mine second. Fleet Shark racing third. 3/4, 126 and 1. 29 and 1. Backside, a little more than 8 to go. Brett Miller asks for more and gets it from Bingo Baron. Opens up by 2.5. Fleet Shark unable to keep up second. Noble Thor looking for some daylight third. This old art of mine fourth. Down the stretch they come. It's a jiggy jog for Bingo Baron by 3.5. 154 and 3.
4 wins in a row for Bingo Baron, who makes it look easy on the front end. 154 and 3. Got away with a nice middle half breather there of 58 and 4.
Into the winner's circle, number 4, Bingo Baron. Dino LaCastro, McMurray, and Dan Miller, Coraopolis, Pennsylvania. Virgil Morgan Jr., the trainer. Brett Miller's third this afternoon, his 12th of the week. Career-wise, number 32, moving into the 18th spot on the all-time list of winning drivers here at Delaware. 7-year-old Gallup Abercrombie, Natasha Hanover, 154 and 3. Final half, 57 and 3. Final quarter, 28 and 2 for 4 in a row in Ohio.
Betting his only 4 victories of the season. Lightly raced horse, and we'll probably see him over at Northfield starting next week.
Yeah, that may be the case. Bingo Baron.
Otters are all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch and here they come. They're off and trotting that sandwich, going right out for the lead, striking Murph on the outside. CSI turn and burn, gets away third. PJ's Vintage is off stride at the start. Racing to the backside they go. Give him the axe, gets away fourth, becoming over fifth. The racing sixth, that's Magic Chris. Up on the outside, Final Legacy and treading the field. PJ's Vintage. Down the backside they go. Out of the pocket, sandwich on the retake. Opening quarter, 28 and 4. Into the turn, striking Murph, racing second, trotting third. CSI turn and burn, racing fourth, give him the axe. Trotting fifth, becoming over, racing sixth, Final Legacy. Seventh is Magic Chris, treading the field, PJ's Vintage. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point, on the move on the outside. Here comes Sandy Beatty and give him the axe. Now third and moving up. Halfway home in 59 and 2. Into the turn they go. Sandwich leads the way. Striking Murph second. Up on the outside, give him the axe third. Following the cover on the outside, that's Final Legacy now fourth. CSI turn and burn fifth. Tipping it off the pylons is becoming over sixth. Racing seventh, Magic Chris. Down the backside they go and the battle's on. Sandwich on the inside. Give him the axe on the outside second. 3/4, 128 and 4. 29 and 2. Third quarter. It's given the axe, dipping ahead in front. Coming 3 wide on the outside. Hit Final Legacy between horses. Striking Murph. Calling it a day. A sandwich. 1/8 of a mile to trot. It's given the axe with the lead. Final Legacy closing on the outside. Give him the axe. Final Legacy on the outside. Final Legacy on the outside. Give him the axe. Second. Final Legacy. 159 and 3.
The change in racing style pays off for Final Legacy. First time I've seen him come from off the early tempo, and it certainly worked out as Dan Reynolds picks up second win of the season for this one. Good time to only win 2 races, or the State Fair and the Ohio Breeders' Championship, so he's picked his spots well.
And I think he wanted to leave. He trotted out of there, but in finishing third was number 3B coming over the 6, striking Murph, who was fourth, 8-7-3-6. Our 7th race, unofficial order of finish. We talk about it all the time. How do you get into it from the outside post? That's a big key here at Delaware, and that's exactly what Final Legacy was able to do thanks to that livest of cover from the 7, Give him the axe.
Yeah, if your horse is good enough, it finds a way.
Now, does Dan Reynolds drive any pacers at all, or just specialize in trotters?
No, he has a few pacers too. They have a small barn, usually well-bred 2 and 3.
into the winner's circle. Number 8, Final Legacy. Gary Reynolds, Crestline, Ohio. Dan Reynolds trains and drives. Winner of the Ohio Breeders' Championship, 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot. Mile in 1:59 and 3 for the 3-year-old Colby striking Sabra to win her finale. The final half in a minute, 1/5.
Now, Crestline, Ohio, is that over by Northfield, Dave?
No, it's close to Mansfield, actually, not too far from here.
The publication of Harness Racing sponsoring this Ohio Breeders' Championship, and Final Legacy kind of an overlay from his 7-2 morning line.
Yeah.
A perfect trip and came from off the pace.
Yeah, I've had a hard time keeping him sound this year. So I figured the last couple starts I'd put him on the front end, I'd put him on the back end, see if I could save him, maybe he wouldn't soar up as quick in the mile. So it worked out and I got really good cover.
Well, you had to be thrilled sitting behind the favorite when you pulled.
Yes, I was.
And how about the last quarter when you did tip him and made
Ohio Breeders' Championship 4- and 5-year-old senior pace. And behind the gate swings into the stretch out. Here they come. They're off and placing that powerhouse Sabra going right out for the lead. Cold Pocket on the inside, tries to hold position. Robin of the pylons third, stand for something as they race around the turn. Confirmed winner gets away fourth. Ledford tips off the pylons as they race around the turn. Crown Time, Big Ben, fifth. Sixth is Town Gazelle. Racing 7, Come On Morgan. 8th is Super Gizmo. 9th is Come On VC Song. Opening quarter in 28. Into the turn, go on to the 3/4 mark. On top of the field, it's Powerhouse Sabra, but not for long. Here comes Ledford and confirmed winner to grab the racetrack. Racing third is Cold Pocket. Tipping off the pylons, fourth is Crown Time, Big Ben. Down the stretch, Stand for Something and Pierce are out and moving on the outside as they race over to the halfway point. Halfway home in 56 and 4, a 28 and 4 second quarter. Into the turn, confirmed winner, the leader. Stand for Something up on the outside, second. Powerhouse Sabra right there, third. On the outside, Crown Time, Big Ben racing fourth. Locked in fifth is Cold Pocket. Sixth on the outside is Town Gazelle. 3 wide to the backside is Come On Morgan. Inside, Super Gizmo. Racing next comes Come On VC Song. 3/4, 125 and 2. 28 and 3. Backside, a little more than an 8 to go. Confirmed winner with the lead. Stand for Something is second. Up on the outside, Nail third. Crown Time, Big Ben, 3 wide. 1/8 of a mile to go. Confirmed winner brings him into the stretch. Stand for Something on the outside. Crown Time, Big Ben, 3 of them across the track. Confirmed winner! Stand for Something second. Crown Time, Big Ben third. 1:54 and 1.
Confirmed winner. We mentioned that he won here last year, and I believe the year before he raced very well when Gary Davis was his trainer driver. And Eric Ledford in the sulky today is confirmed winner. Takes advantage of Powerhouse Sabra getting very, very steppy in the opening quarter.
Maria Stable of Yonkers, New York. Jeff Miller trains. Eric Ledford's third of the week. 18th career-wise in Delaware, Ohio. Confirmed winner, 5-year-old Samba Son Sam to Kimmy B. 1:54 and 1. Final half 57 and 2. Final quarter 28 and 4. With 18 wins. This racing career for Eric Ledford. He passes Jack Moisea, James Daly, Mel Turcott, Tom Brinkerhall, Bud Parshall, David Myers. On the ladder of success at Delaware, Ohio.
Was it Dravo Marie by Eric?
Yeah, it really was. Worked the second tier magic into the lead just past the quarter. That's a great drive.
Number 1, Come On Morgan, 8.
that he won this race last year, so you're back in the winner's circle with confirmed winner. Post 9, sometimes a difficult post to have. Tell me about your driving strategy.
No, really, not a big strategy about it. You know, I didn't. When Luke left and he made the front, I decided to make the move to go to the front then.
And if you didn't make that move, would you have been first over?
Probably, and that's where I didn't want to be. So I figured it was either do or die at the 8th pole, and we took a shot.
Well, great combination. You and Jeff Miller, you've had a lot of success over the past couple years.
Yeah, it's been an incredible ride so far.
Now, I was watching this horse in the winner's circle, and I saw him wail at the bike. Concerned for a driver to be in that kind of predicament?
Yeah, he kicked at me last year, actually, in the post parade, and but he's okay.
All right, we're going to let you go. Post parade coming out. We know you have another one in here. Congratulations, Eric.
Ohio Breeders' Championship 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers are on and behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're up and pacing, going right out to the lead. Dr. Rodney on the inside, Wintertown second. Third on the outside is Arts Candy Racer into the turn. Up front, Ohio, fourth on the outside, getting away fifth is Stolen Property. Ron Jeremy goes to the pylon six, racing seven, Jam and Ben, and thrilling the field, Magic Jubilee. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. Here comes Wintertown, up to grab the lead, 27-1. Into the turn, racing second, that's Arts Candy Racer. Moving on the outside, Neil third, up front, Ohio, racing fourth, Dr. Rodney. Fifth is Stolen Property, Ron Jeremy sixth, racing seventh, Jam and Ben, and thrilling the field, Magic Jubilee. Into the stretch first time, coming to the halfway point. Up front, Ohio's been hung every step. Gets the lead at the half. 56, 28-4, second quarter. Back on the inside, Wintertown and Dave Hawk on the retake. Arts Candy Racer and Jeff out, loving every minute of it. Third, racing fourth, Dr. Rodney. Out and moving, here comes Ron Jeremy. Now fifth, now fourth, now third, three wide on the outside. Going to the three-quarter mark, Wintertown, Ron Jeremy on the outside. Between horses up front, Ohio. Three quarters, 124-3. 28-3 backside, and Ron Jeremy is drawn away. Racing second is Wintertown. On the outside, up front, Ohio third. Racing fourth is Dr. Rodney. Down the stretch they come. Ron Jeremy drawn away with every stride. Opens up by 10 lengths. It's all Ron Jeremy. 154.
So Ron Jeremy gets the trip of a lifetime and just blows him out of the water here. Number 1, Wintertown held second, and I believe number 8, Up Front Ohio, held on for third despite being first over. And Dave Bianconi, this was your selection here, Ron Jeremy, and he didn't let you down.
No, smash.
So Virgil Morgan's successful week continues, and the way these guys are going, who knows? Maybe All-American captor will keep it going in the...
This time, moving into the winner's circle, the winner of the 9th race, Ohio Breeders' Championship 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. Number 6, Ron Jeremy. Darby's Edge Stable in London, Ohio. Joe Descala Jr. of New York. Virgil Morgan Jr. trained Brett Miller's 13th of the week. 33rd career victory. This is the career of Brett Miller. 2-year-old Colton Overland Sam at a better than 6. Ron Jeremy, national season to record. 2-year-old pacing colts on the half-mile track, 154.
And the 9th race prices, Ron Jeremy, $724, $62.80. The one Wintertown, $3.02. Up front, Ohio, $240. Pick 3, return to healthy, $618. And we'll flip back for your exacta and try prices.
To break behind the gate, and I noticed you were a little pretentious with him in the beginning.
Right, there was one start there. He made a break behind the gate at Northfield, and that wasn't like him. Normally, he's a pretty good horse to drive, and the race looked like there was going to be a lot of early speed, especially with the Up Front Ohio having the 8-hole. You didn't figure he was going to duck. So I just decided to duck and play things out that way, and it worked out.
Well, I guess I got to ask this question. Was this cold?
On the outside, the Great Coon starting gate swings into the stretch, and here they come for the first division of the Jugette. They're off and pacing. That's Gory Days going right up for the lead. Remember when second. Stonebridge Kisses third. My Fantasy gets away fourth. Racing fifth. Trust Me Ashley as they race into the turn. Up on the outside. Kissed by a Fool's going to have a rough trip this afternoon. On the inside, Shooby-Dooby-Doo and treading the field where the heart is. Down the backside they go to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, it's Luke Willett and Gory Days. Opening quarter 27-4. Into the turn. Remember when. Chris Christopher right there second. Racing third. Stonebridge Kisses racing fourth. My Fantasy up on the outside. Kissed by a Fool with the pace fifth. Nailed fourth. Moving on the outside where the heart is. Inside, Trust Me Ashley. Coming to the outside, Shooby-Dooby-Doo. We got 5 in. We got 3 out as they race over to the halfway point. Halfway home in 57-1. 29-2, second quarter. Almost a cakewalk as they race into the turn. It's Gory Days with the lead. Remember when. Racing second. Kissed by a Fool's now third on the outside. Stonebridge Kisses locked in fourth. Fifth on the outside where the heart is. Racing six. My Fantasy. Shooby-Dooby-Doo seven. Coming to the outside. Trust Me Ashley sent 3 wide, and here they all come. Going to the 3-quarter mark. 125-2. 28-1. Backside. A little more than an 8 to go. It's Gory Days with the lead. Up on the outside. Now second is Where the Heart Is. Racing third. Remember When. Closing on the outside. Trust Me Ashley. Down the stretch they come. Gory Days the leader. Trust Me Ashley closing on the outside. Gory Days. Trust Me Ashley. Remember When. Gory Days.
Wow.
54.
That was tight indeed. Gory Days up on the outside. Trust Me Ashley and Moiseyev, a late surge and a locked in Remember When. Christopher trying to squeeze his way up the pylons there. What a wild finish in this one, huh?
Yeah, this sounds awful. Chris didn't think there was a passing lane, did he? Because he really was extraordinarily patient there.
Days trying to hold on, and it is a 1-5-2-7, so she did indeed, as Roger Hughes.
Into the winner's circle. The winner, the first division of the Jugette. Number 1, Gory Days. Sampson Street Stable, TLP Stable, Dana Frost and Jerry Silva. Bill Robinson trains. Luke Willett, second of the day. His 29th career victory at Delaware, Ohio. Rio Philippa Presidential Ball, lilting laughter. 154. Final half, 56-4. Final quarter, 28-3.
Gory Days, sister to McArdle, certainly has a license to be a good one here, and has been very effective on the half, and that stone killer speed off the wings. We've seen it all day long, and everybody knows in harness racing, Luke can leave with everything, and got to the lead, and Kissed by a Fool was in no man's land with that half leave attempt from the outside, stuck first over, and no shot, especially after they hit the half. 57-1. Let's head up to
Me Ashley, 2. Number 6, Shooby-Dooby-Doo, 6. Number 7, Where the Heart Is, 4. Number 8, Kissed by a Fool, 8. Top down.
For 2 reasons, a little baby boy, you said a couple weeks old, named Luke, and
Definitely, she.
Figure the odds. Numeric Hanover on the outside, Student Driver. They're all in behind the Great Coon starting gate that swings into the stretch, and here they come. Second division of the Jugette. They're up and pacing. That Heather's Western going right out for the lead with Nels Bells. 3 wide on the outside. Numeric Hanover. He into the first turn, getting away 4th. Keystone Impulsive. Easy going Hanover 5th. Gordon Gin Miz 6th. Racing 7th. Figure the odds and treading the field. Student Driver. Down the backside of the first quarter mark. On top of the field, Numeric Hanover. Racing second, Heathers Western. Opening panel in 27-3. Into the turn they go. Racing third is Nels Bells. Easy-going Hanover gapped out fourth. Gordon Jen Miz comes to the outside fifth. Racing up six is Student Driver. Seven to the outside. Figure the odds and treading the fifth. Following the break, Keystone Impulsive. Into the lane first time. It's Numeric Hanover on top, but here comes Gordon's Jen Miz inching up on the outside. Heathers Western and Wilder getting the trip second. Halfway home in 57-29-2, second quarter. Into the turn they go. It's Numeric Hanover with the lead. Heathers Western right there second. Gordon's Jen Miz on the outside third. Racing fourth, Nels Bells. Fifth on the outside. Figure the odds. About to go. Goes off stride. Down the backside, easy-going Hanover Student Driver to the outside at the three-quarter mark. Three quarters, 125-3, 28-3, third quarter. Into the final turn they go. Numeric Hanover the leader. Heathers Western right there second. Gordon's Jen Miz fighting to hang on. On the inside, Nels Bells. Student Driver three wide. Eighth of a mile to come. On top of the field, it's Numeric Hanover. Heathers Western, Gordon's Jen Miz and Nels Bell coming to the wire. They're all chasing Numeric Hanover. Heathers Western second. Nels Bells is third. 1:54-2.
What a difference a race makes for Dave Pallone with an outside post. Just blast Numeric Hanover out of there. She goes right to the lead, gets away with that comfortable second quarter. Couple of breakers affected the race, namely Keystone Impulsive going to the first quarter. Figure the odds wheeled wide for Luke Willette there to avoid that. You can see Heathers Western tipping out, and Wilder not even really getting after her that much. Knows he's in the final and just...
Number 7, Numeric Hanover. 2 times racing stable Detroit, Michigan. Bill Robinson trains. Dave Pallone in the sulky. 3-year-old filly, a real artist at Nappy Hanover. 1:54-2. Final half 57-2. Final quarter 28-4. 10th win in 24. This season for Numeric Hanover. Dave Pallone winning the second division of the Jugette.
So Dave Pallone, I'm sure very disappointed after the first heat, first division with Kissed by a Fool, but certainly bounces back in a big way here with Numeric Hanover. Razor sharp coming in off her win in the Nadia Lobel at the Red Mile, and now 3 straight, and certainly looking for 4 straight in a Jugette championship.
And the owners, the guys with the Two Titans Racing Stable from Detroit, my former home state of Michigan, big fans of University of Detroit basketball. They're the Detroit Titans, and have
AA in this one. Mild upsetter here.
Mild upset, 740 for Numeric Hanover the 7, 480 and 380. Heathers Western, the pocket sitter riding the rail, paying 22.
Gate and just was kind of fumbling.
Yeah, it's too bad. She just didn't show up today for whatever reason. Maybe she might have tied up or something, because she's as good as any filly racing today. I absolutely love that filly. Just didn't.
San Sofia, Cheshire Kitty, Bibione, Odds On Charmaine. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Third division of the Jugette. Up and pacing, animated art goes right out for the lead. Jenny Panetta up on the outside. All-American Red Cow gets away third. San Sofia gets away fourth. Racing fifth on the outside. Odds On Charmaine inside. Cheshire Kitty in the trailer is Bibione. Down the backside they go. On top of the field, it's animated art showing the way. Jenny Panetta takes a seat second. Racing third. All-American Red Cow. Opening quarter 27-1 into the turn. San Sofia racing fourth. Fifth is Odds On Charmaine as they race around the turn. Bibione sixth, and treading the field, Cheshire Kitty going to the 3/8 mark. Here comes John Campbell and San Sofia following the cover on the outside. Odds On Charmaine coming to the half halfway point. Animated Art, the leader. Jenny Finetta, second. San Sofia on the outside, third. Halfway home, 56-1. Second quarter in 29. Into the turn, odds on Charmaine, fourth. All-American Raquel, all of a sudden, fifth. Racing six is Viviane, racing to the backside. Cheshire Kitty, the trailer. Go on to the three-quarter mark. On top of the field, it's Animated Art and Mike Lachance. San Sofia and John Kimball challenging on the outside. Jenny Finetta and George Brennan locked in. Ready to go three wide. Odds on Charmaine. Three quarters, 124-2. 28-1 backside. Little more than 8 to go. Animated Art and Mike Lachance let out another notch and open up by 2. Jenny Finetta second. San Sofia hanging on third. Up the inside. Yeah, down the stretch. Odds on Charmaine. Coming to the wire. It's all Animated Art. Pillar to post. Jenny Finetta second. Odds on Charmaine third. 153.
Certainly a statement made here by Animated Art. Lachance let her pace out of there, and she was bravened up and into the bid on the lead and just rolls home to a very impressive victory. National seasons record, as Roger just mentioned, totally in hand all the way.
This time, moving to the winner's circle, the winner of the third division of the Jugette, number 1, Animated Art. Daisy Akers of Astoria, New York. Noel Daly trains. Mike Lachance gets his 42nd victory of his racing career here at Delaware, Ohio. 3-year-old filly Barge placed truly a lady. 153, final half 56-4, final quarter 28-3. National season record. 3-year-old filly Pacers on the half-mile track. 8th win in 22 this season for Animated Art.
Boy, what a year for Mike Lachance. Let's run through it, shall we? Meadowlands pace, Hambletonian. Here he is in the Jugette, right place, right time, and you know, still going strong, even though he's a lot older than most of the
12th race
drivers.
prices, Animated Art winning it like a 1 to 2 shot should. $3, $240 and $220. The 3, Jenny Finetta, $280 and $260. The 7, odds on Charmaine, $4 to show. 1-3 Perfecta, $620. 1-3-7 Trifecta, $54.
And right now, let's head out to the winner's circle. Hall of Famer Mike Lachance, who's having one heck of a season, standing by with Ellie.
Thanks, Sammy, and Michelle Lachance, congratulations, first of all, on winning with Animated Art. Earlier, the guys and I were talking about which way this filly likes to race, on the front end or from off the pace, but obviously when you're at the jug, where do you want to be?
Well, especially with the rail. Now she could, she risked good off the pace too, but on a bigger track there.
Come. They're up and pacing from the outside. Buckeye 1 from the inside as they race into the turn. It's the Rocky Express. Into the first turn they go. Racing third is Osborne's Trick as they race to the backside. Racing fourth, Stockholder finds a spot at the pylons. Racing fifth, down the backside, he's a doozy. Going to the first quarter mark, moving on the outside. Osborne's Trick and Grismore to the front end. Opening quarter 28-3. Into the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. Buckeye 1 right there, second. Racing third, the Rocky Express. Pacing fourth is Stockholder. Gapped out fifth, he's a doozy. Racing sixth is Cam Cutter. Up the inside, my bag man. Rough Gator now treading the field. Little Amos. Passing stand of the first time, coming to the halfway point. Pacing a storm on the outside. Stockholder after the leader. Into the turn, Osborne's Trick, halfway home 58-2, second quarter 29-4. Racing third, into the turn, Buckeye 1, onto the backside, the Rocky Express fourth. Cam Coder goes to the outside fifth. My bag man moves up sixth. He's a doozy, seventh, and Little Amos trails. Down the backside they go. Osborne's Trick with the lead, opens back up by a length. Stockholder on the outside starts to fade. Up the inside, Buckeye 1. 3 quarters, 126-3. 28-1. Backside. Little more than an 8 to go. Osborne's Trick with the lead, but here comes Buckeye Buckeye 1 out of the pocket and charging on the outside. Down the stretch. My bag man, the inside third. Coming to the wire. Osborne's trick. Buckeye 1 on the outside. Osborne's trick. Buckeye 1 on the outside. 1:56.
The pocket rocket, Buckeye 1.
Knew you couldn't keep David Miller out of the winner's circle all day. This one, great drive with the pocket trip after the 4. Osborne's trick had to battle. Buckeye
to get his 114th win here at Delaware, Ohio. Second to John Campbell at 121. And who else but Buckeye 1 here in the 13th. Over B.D. Brown, J.C. Kohler, W.J. Robinson, G.W. Johnson of Ohio, Brian Brown trains. David Miller in the sulky. 2-year-old Colbert Park Place at Aniabuck. 1:56. Final half, 57-3. Final quarter, 29-2. Buckeye 1 and David Miller in the winner's circle.
Of course, Dave, the leading money-winning driver in North America this year and co-winner of the Meadowlands driving title. Just a fantastic season for him. And a lot of times during his season, he'll hit little mini slumps, I guess, for a week or two where maybe he doesn't do as well. Didn't seem to have one of those this year. Kept an even keel and just won a ton of races. So consistent. And Luke and him tied, as we mentioned a couple times, though. David, 50 more seconds to his credit.
Number 1, he's a doozy, 7. Number 2, Cam Coder, 6. Number 3, the Rocky Express, 8. Number 4, Osborne's Trick, 2. Number 7.
Is Dave Miller always nice to be home?
Oh yeah, always nice to be home.
Well, Buckeye 1, let's talk about him a little bit. He looked like he had gate speed. I told the guys you were going to leave the gate. They didn't listen to me. He obviously drove nice.
Yeah, the trip worked out just right. I mean, I got out and got in position and followed the right horse, and he had kick getting home.
Now, I know you had to talk to the trainer a little bit. It was a shame that this horse was scratched out of the $100,000 championship final, scratch sick. Do you know what happened?
No, not for sure. I just know he said he was sick. I don't know how serious it was.
Did he tell you that he'd be okay today?
Oh, yeah. They gave me a vote of confidence there.
What does a driver do when they drive a horse for the first time?
Oh, just, basically you got what you got to work with there, and then, hope for the best. Just hopefully the lines aren't too deceiving, and he races good.
And how about...
The gate swings into the stretch for the start. Here they come. And they're off, and hats off to Sam, is flying on the outside as Brett Miller sends him hard for the lead. Falcon X on the inside, coming away in second. Lada Jones is out nicely third. Mac Perfect looking for racing room there in fourth. Down to the inside is Sure Smarts moving through fifth. SF Patriot moving through on the inside is sixth. Then it's Norman Feeney gapping by 2. Another 2 lengths back to Dragon Magic. And it was a rough start for Wildcat Fever. He was off stride of the first turn. He trails in ninth. The opening quarter was 27-2. Around the turn and on the front with the lead. Hats off to Sam. Hats off to Sam, leads by 2. Grismore has Falcon X in the pocket second. Wilder with Landa Jones on the inside third. Then comes Miller with Sure Smart A on the inside fourth. Moving up on the outside, Kaufman and Norman Feeney coming to the half. On the front with the lead. Hats off to Sam as he brings him to the halfway point. They're at the half in 56-3. And still waiting there under a firm hold is Falcon X. Now to the outside, Norman Feeney is up to challenge in third. Lada Jones on the inside, races fourth. Outside, but gapping cover 5, SF Patriot. Buried in sixth, Sure Smart A. Outer flow 7th, Dragon Magic. Down to the inside 8th is Mac Perfect. And the trailer is Wildcat Fever. Down the back stretch to 3/4. Hats off to Sam. The lead is a length. Norman Feeney is at his wheel. They pace 3/4 at 1:25-4 as they round the far turn. Hats off to Sam looking to wire. And now he opens up by 2 on the inside. Falcon X setting chase in second as Norman Feeney drops back. Down to the inside, Dragon Magic with late pace, but he may be too far out of it here. Final 16th to go. It's hats off to Sam, and now comes Falcon X with a rush on the outside. Falcon X, hats off to Sam. They come to the finish. Hats off to Sam to win it by just ahead over Falcon X. And Norman Feeney, 155.
Good call there, Steve Cross. His hats off to Sam. Blew him away with that big move on the turn and kind of staggered home there. Falcon X dangerously close to getting to him at the wire. Norman Feeney, who made that rough first over big.
New York, Virgil Morgan Jr. The trainer, Brett Miller, is in the sulky. It is the second seasonal win, pacing the mile, 155.
So if you're keeping track, that's 5 for Brett Miller today, I believe.
Leading driver of the week.
These people at the Brett Miller banner in the backstretch, they should have something to put up, like a strikeout every time he wins. You know how they do that at the
right?
Keep track of the strikeouts or the hits or
they're
whatever.
stacking beer cans across there.
Well, I don't think he had 162 wins in the little 10-seat area there. You think today's a big day for beer cans? Stick around, pal.
Love to be the recycling guy tomorrow.
So the results are official, and here's our prices. Hats off to Sam. 480. Dave Bianconi so excited that he's waving his program
under
around.
attack over here.
Dang. Here's a photo for win here as hats off to Sam. Holds on for the victory from Falcon X. Another couple steps. It might have been a different outcome there because hats off to Sam.
Second E to the Jugette, Numeric Hanover, Animated Art, Gory Days, Heather's Western, Jenny Vanetta, Trust Me Ashley, Nels Bells, Remember When, Odds on Charmaine, the trailer. Here they come, the second E of the Jugette. They're often pacing Animated Art and Numeric Hanover lead for the lead. Getting away third from the second tier, Odds on Charmaine. Taking a seat is Gory Days, racing fourth, Heather's Western fifth, racing sixth, Jenny Finetta, racing to the backside seventh, that's Trust Me Ashley, racing eighth on the outside, Remember When, treading the field, Nels Bells, down the backside of the first quarter mark, it's Animated Art, opening quarter in 28 seconds. Into the turn they go. Numeric Hanover second. Racing third. Odds on Charmaine. All stride goes Animated Art. Round the turn they go. On top of the field now it's Numeric Hanover. Racing second. Tetrick has got a hold on Odds on Charmaine. Unbelievable. Passing it down to the first time. Gory Days racing third. Remember When. Up on the outside fourth at the halfway point. In 58 and 2, into the turn they go. It's Numeric Hanover with the lead. Odds on Charmaine right there second. Remember When up on the outside third. Locked in is Gory Days fourth. Moving on the outside. Trust Me Ashley fifth. Racing sixth. Down the backside. Going to the three-quarter mark. On top of the field, Numeric Hanover takes them over to the three-quarter mark. 3 quarters in 1:26 and 3, 28 and 1. Third quarter, into the final turn they go. Dave Ballone and Numeric Hanover with the lead. Remember When second. Odds on Charmaine, begging for some daylight. Gory Days on the inside. Trust Me Ashley on the outside. Down the stretch they come. Numeric Hanover, here comes Odds on Charmaine. Numeric Hanover, it's Odds on Charmaine, and we're going to have a 30 of the Little Brown Jugette. 153 and 4.
Wow, wild race, and will we have a third heat, or will we have a number blinking as Odds on Charmaine used the squeeze play at the top of the stretch to get out in front of Remember When, and Tim Tetrick had his hands full the entire mile, and he still can't slow her down right now. And Odds on Charmaine with the
blinking
perfect
already,
trip.
huh?
Bulls are way out, and hang on to all tickets, folks. Inquiry sign is up. Got to be the biggest thrill of their career. And Dave Ballone, he just keeps winning these big races, huh?
Yes, he does.
Well, I know Roger's standing by out in the winner's circle, and we'll head over to him momentarily as Numeric Hanover, the 2003 Jugette champ, returns in front of the stands.
going to represent? Into the winner's circle, the winner of the Jugette for 3-year-old filly Pacers, Numeric Hanover. On to the Two Titans Racing Stable, Detroit, Michigan. Trained by Bill Robinson, Dave Pallone in the sulky. To present the trophy on behalf of Dodge Trucks, the sponsor, Mr. Tom Thompson.
What a thrilling race. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Mr. Dieters.
Well, it's been a real pleasure, a long haul, and we knew she could do it. She finally delivered these last couple of weeks.
Numeric Hanover getting the victory through a disqualification. Dave Pallone, top of the lane. You're on top with Numeric. Well, first of all, let's go back, go on to the 3/8. Do you have any idea why Animated Art made the break?
No, Mike was comfortable with her. He was going along very slow fractions for these caliber horses. And I don't know whether she jumped something or what. It's very typical of her. She just didn't do anything.
Were you aware of the problems that Tim Tetrick was having behind you?
I felt it in the first turn. I got a knee in the back. Timmy had a handful there, yeah.
Top of the lane, you're on top. Did you think you'd have enough to get home on top?
Yeah, it's one of those situations where there's no passing lane. You don't want to let a guy have a clear shot at you, but I think Remember When it had enough, and I just wanted to go enough to keep my mare in the bit, but not give Timmy a clear shot, which I couldn't get done, but unfortunately for him,
Does this take any of the luster off of winning when you're placed the winner?
I don't think that check will say that she was placed the winner, so it doesn't for me.
That's the important thing. And the father won't mind either. Where's Ed Wolf? Ed Wolf, representing the Jug Restaurant.
Congratulations. I'm happy to present you this watch to commemorate your drive today. Thank you very much.
This will be the second watch for Dave Pallone, second Jugette victory. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Roger.
Now, representing Kathy Pierce and the ladies from Kroger, the floral blanket is already on the horse. I think we've got them all here in the winner's circle. So this year's Jugette is over. And what a Jugette. Numeric Hanover placed the winner, scoring for Bill Robinson, the Two Titans Racing Stable, and Dave Pallone. Also at the winner's circle is Lou Arno of All-American Harness Breds, who hosted all the owners of the Jugette horses this year, and we'd like to thank him and his group for their efforts as well.
So Numeric Hanover moved up via DQ to win the 2003 Jugette, and I'll go on record, guys, I thought it was the correct call.
I guess I'll follow along now that the call was made.
The first time I saw it, I said that there was trouble in Dodge, and I really do believe that they had to do it. I mean, the horse
was
placed up from 5th to 4th. That's a big hunk of change for those owners, you know, deserve to have a shot.
Right. It's a shame that something like that had to happen, but, you know, Tetrick was in trouble from the word go in that position.
Let's head upstairs to Steve for the complete order of finish of the Jugette.